Hello, everyone, and welcome to the MMA Cycles Weekly Market Update. This is Gianni DePoce, and it is great, as always, to be with you all. It was quite an eventful week once again in markets all across the financial sphere. We had reversals midweek in equities, cryptos, grain markets, and even saw some nice price moves in precious metals. So with that being said, I want to share my screen with you, and we can look at what happened in the S&P 500 for the third Wednesday in a row. We had a reversal and the formation of a lower high. Last week, we talked about the important geocosmic aspect that unfolded this past Wednesday, which was the Venus-Mars conjunction, the first of two passages, the second which is set to unfold on March 6th at 0 degrees Aquarius. So we pointed out how Venus rules currencies, it rules grains, it also rules stock exchanges. So we saw reversals in stocks happen on Wednesday, which also happened to be the same day as the full moon in Aquarius. And today is the first day of Pisces season on February 18th. It's an unusual, usually we see them, the seasons change, around the 20th or the 21st of the month, but we saw Pisces season begin here on the 18th. But we also had another important aspect, wasn't exactly a hard aspect, it was a soft aspect between Jupiter and Uranus that occurred on Thursday. And Uranus has a tendency to coincide with breaks of support or resistance. But in this case, it led to more of an acceleration of a downturn in stocks. Jupiter tends to be related with good news, but there really wasn't much good news this week. There was some pretty good news in terms of retail sales that came in above expectations, and we also had some housing data that was pretty good, but the concerns of inflation weighing on the consumer are starting to increase. So let's take a look at what happened in grain markets too, because we saw a low form in soybeans the day before Venus and Mars had their conjunction. So once again, another Venus-related market, this time being grains, reversing within an orb around that aspect. We can also look at currencies like the euro, which rallied and formed a high on Wednesday and reversed and closed near the lows of the week. So we saw a lot of midweek reversals and then closes near the lows of the week, and like in stocks and in the euro and so on and so forth. So that is not exactly the strongest case for bulls. Now let's take a look at cryptocurrencies as well, and we saw that Bitcoin also formed another lower high, but we saw this high occur also one day before the Venus-Mars conjunction on Wednesday. So here too, we saw that the downtrend that's been in effect accelerate once we had that sextile come in between Jupiter and Uranus. So for the week ahead, we have a shortened trading week. On Monday, markets are closed in the United States in observance of President's Day. And really, there are only two minor aspects next week worth of note, aside from some lunar aspects, which we don't really place too much weight on. We have Mars and Venus moving into a sextile with Neptune, so could unfold as a manifestation or further confirmation of inflationary pressures persisting. We have some inflation data coming in next week as well, so that would basically be further confirmation. Mars sextile Neptune seems to be in accordance with what one might believe versus what one thinks ought to be. So it seems like the inflationary data is going to be confirming that there are no signs of slowing down on that front just yet. But we also have geopolitical tensions that continue to escalate in the Ukraine, and that may not show signs of abating until Mars gets out of Capricorn, which again is on March 6th, the same day that Uranus does. So Venus-Mars conjunction in Aquarius can really give enough energy and compromise for an ideal outcome, and that's how I would view that potential aspect around that time. So this Sunday we have our first of two webinars. Raymond Merriman is going to be having his first of two annual webinars. It's going to be on Sunday, February 20th, and then the next one will be on Sunday, May 8th. So would encourage you to check that out. If you also want to know what's going on in the cryptocurrency world, would also recommend that you look at our MMA daily crypto reports. So we talked a little bit about Bitcoin here and how the price action is not looking all that good. And we also saw a similar breakdown in Ethereum. So if you want to know what we're doing in that space, would encourage you to check it out. And of course, find us at www.mmacycles.com, and we can answer all the questions you might have about our services and our products and our methodology there. So thanks for watching, and we will catch you next week for our next market recap. Thank you.